chairman's update. A lot going on. We are in the crux of the election season. Ballots are out. You should have received your general election ballot from your county elections office by now. If you haven't, you want to contact your county auditor's office or the county elections office that operates under the county auditor's oversight in most counties, and tell them you don't have your ballot yet. They can either send you a replacement or they can have one for you that you can come pick up. There are other ways to vote a ballot too, and let's talk about those for a minute. There's been a story in the in the news, in the media a lot lately, that touches on some issues that the state party has raised about the use of a phone app for certain voting in the state of Washington. The phone app is called OmniBallot. It is produced by a private for-profit company based here in Washington, actually, called Democracy Live. But the OmniBallot app is a kind of multi-purpose phone app, that handles various aspects of election processes. You can do various things related to voting on your phone through this OmniBallot app. The thing that originally struck the attention of the state Republican Party was that King County, by a contract with the company that makes this OmniBallot app, used the app in the state primary a few months ago this year to cure ballots. Curing a ballot is that process you go through if your signature doesn't match, the signature you sign on the outer envelope of your ballot doesn't match the signature on record that your county has in its databases, or there's some other technical problem with the actual ballot, the paper ballot that you fill out here in Washington. Under longstanding law, if the signature doesn't match or there's some other problem, the county will tell you. They'll send you a letter or send you an email and let you know there's a problem, and it gives you a few days after the election to fill out an affidavit, sign it, and say, I am me, here's my signature, please count my ballot. And if you do that, by state law, your ballot will be counted. The complicated part where this OmniBallot phone app comes in is that King County Elections signed a contract with the company that makes OmniBallot that said you could use the app to cure a ballot. So if there was a not mismatched signature, you could use the app, check a box on the app, say, yes, it's me, I am the person who voted the ballot, please count it. And King County would take that, they would accept that in lieu of the affidavit and count the ballot. The state party's position is that is an actual illegal use of the app. State law that oversees elections, like primary elections and general elections, the section of state law is Chapter 29A of the Revised Code of Washington, RCW 29A. And in the subsection of 29A that talks about how you cure ballots, it says very clearly that the statement, the affidavit from the voter to the county, has to be delivered securely and directly from the voter to the county. We believe that a third-party phone app may be secure, but it's not direct. It's not a direct connection between the voter and the county. And therefore, using the app to cure ballots is not legal. It doesn't comply with the state law, the subsection under Chapter 29A of the RCW. So that lawsuit we filed several months ago now, and that's working its way through the state courts. In the meantime, a number of people, just interested people in election integrity issues, citizens and voters in Washington, have explored this OmniBallot app and have found out there are other things you can do with it. You may have seen some of these videos on social media or even mainstream media where people use this OmniBallot phone app to actually generate a duplicate ballot or a replacement ballot, and they can put the name of anyone on the ballot, or including potentially a registered voter on the ballot. Now, the fail-safe for making sure a bogus ballot generated by the phone app would not be counted is the signature check, is the signature verification. An individual, in order for a ballot to be counted, has to be a registered voter. The information on the ballot has to match up with that registered voter's information, and the signature needs to match up. So once again, the control here gets back to this matter of curing ballots, of how do you check when a signature on a ballot doesn't match up with the signature of record. That's the security measure to make sure the ballot has been filled out by the right person. It's a legal and proper ballot. So our lawsuit doesn't address the matter that OmniBallot can be used, the app can be used to generate a ballot. But it does address the controlling issue, again, that checking a box on a phone app is not directly making an affidavit to the county and curing the ballot. I think you can see where this is going. If the curing of the ballot piece is not secure and not direct, then the risk of a illegal or improper or phony ballot that's generated by the same phone app or frankly any other app being counted wrongly increases a lot if all you have to do is check a box on a phone app to say, yes, count that ballot. So these issues are interconnected. The fact that the phone app can generate a questionable ballot and then verify it in an illegal way is a real risk to election and security, integrity. So we are asking the courts to issue an order saying you can't use the phone app to cure a ballot. If you're going to cure a ballot, you have to put a wet signature, an ink signature on an affidavit, and you have to bring that in to the county to cure your ballot. That's the best security step we have in our current system. Of course, many of us here at the Republican Party believe we need to reform our election system even more, get back to same-day in-person voting, but that's a long play, a long issue for a future day. I also want to update you on one other thing that's happened interesting recently. The state party has helped put together and promote a video ad, a TV ad, for the Commissioner of Public Lands race, where we are supporting Jamie Herrera Butler and opposing her opponent, this fellow from King County, who's an environmental extremist and wouldn't be very good as the Commissioner of Public Land, in our opinion. So we did an ad. It's a little cheeky, it's a little funny, but it draws out some of the differences and the reason why this fellow from King County would not be good. And we circulated it. It's just beginning to be circulated, mostly on social media, but some other media. And we got a cease and desist letter from the King County guy's attorney. A very oddly written cease and desist letter. Their theory is that our ad violates the copyrights of the political candidate and some of his homeboys. We disagree. We do not believe it violates their copyrights. We do not believe they filed copyrights for snippets of video that we use in the ad. And we have challenged the premise of their cease and desist letter. And the fellow from King County's lawyer hasn't responded to us yet. So I think he realized his argument and his demand that we cease and desist from running the funny ad is really not very strongly made. But it shows how the political left resorts to what is widely called lawfare, the kind of weaponized use of lawsuits and the threat of lawsuits to advance their political ends. But this is the time. Ballots are out. This is the time when strange things are happening all over the place politically in Washington. We are continuing here at the Washington State Republican Party to press for the election of good, common sense conservatives at all levels of government, from president to Congress to governor to the other statewide races to legislature on down, at all levels in Washington. And I believe that while it will be a process, you are going to see beginning this fall the ship of state beginning to turn around in Washington and returning to something more like balance, or at least approaching balance, both in Washington, D.C. and in Olympia. So I'm looking forward to the next few weeks. I will keep you posted on how things are going. And rest assured, the Washington State Republican Party is going to fight for election integrity and against these phone apps and other things that undermine your trust in our elections here in Washington. Talk to you soon. In the meantime, stay strong and be well.